back, everybody. We are, back here. It's going to be a short update, but I do want to talk about a little bit about the Northeast. We do have a coastal low that's going to be bringing some impacts, okay? I'm going to do this pretty quick, pretty fast, nothing too big, nothing too, just, simple, as easy as possible. No really big editing, just a little bit of a live stream because I've been really busy but trying to just get some work done. So this is tomorrow's severe weather outbreak, and clearly we do have a marginal risk of severe weather. That marginal risk will be from North Carolina coastal regions. This could be a spin up or two of a tornado, and I think that is not out of the realm of possibility because of the dynamics of this storm. It's going to be twisting, okay? There's going to be a lot of moving parts in this. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it definitely in the coastal regions here in North Carolina, near the Raleigh area, I think there's that 2% could definitely get a slight risk. I think we could definitely get a little bit out of this, and this could be a little bit more tornadic. We'll look more into that. But besides that, nothing too big. Thunderstorm risk goes all the way up to the southern border of Pennsylvania. And then after that, I think this is a chilly rain and even a snow in the higher elevation. Okay? We go into the snows, and, this is throughout the coming few days. Okay? This is throughout there. Let's go into that. Alright, that goes a little bit more south. Let's just make sure. So this is about where we need. Alright, if you guys are in the I-78 corridor, like Nazareth on North, yeah, I think Nazareth on North has a 5% risk of, 5%, seeing an inch of snow. I think that's not going to happen. Even in the Mount Poconos, there's like a 10 to 20% chance. Nothing too much. But once you get into higher elevation, we do get into that 60 to 70. And I think that inch will be for these upper mountain regions in the New York area, upper in the state of New Jersey, and northern Pennsylvania. Go more further up, and we are with some brighter colors, especially in the mountains in the New England area, of seeing at least an inch, okay? Let's just go to 4 inches, because I'm really highly doubting 4 inches as of right now. And clearly, if this is correct, I think that's, yeah. So like the 2% even for that is very spotty. That's not even gonna happen. So maybe just an inch of snow. A lot of it's going to be wet. It's been very warm in the ground, so nothing too much of accumulating snow. But I think there's definitely a chance for something, okay? So this is throughout today. This is a new run coming out of the NAM, and we like the NAM, okay? And we saw, the severe weather event getting pushed. Some more showers, snows, snow showers up in here. We start getting a low down here. Okay, this is where the pattern gets a little bit funny. Okay, this is a trough. And you could kind of see in the next, throughout tomorrow, we get a low pressure develop in North Carolina. This is where that tornado risk could happen because of the onshore flow. I think we can have a few spin-ups. We're going to have an onshore breeze tomorrow, especially across the New England area, okay? Showers, snow showers in the mountain evolutions, but I do not think this is going to be a strong low at all. It's pretty broad, nothing too big. This will, slowly but surely rank its fashion here, bringing a solid shield of, 30 to even 40 mile an hour winds with a solid banding from the shoreline that's going to be in tropical storm mode, counterclockwise, and you're going to have bands, okay? It's going to, be a little gusty, and, even for a weak low, this is actually quite impressive. You even have a severe weather tail front on it. So, pretty unique how this develops, and this will twist, and, depending on how far, this has been changing everyone, okay? And this has been changing every run of how far inland, the position and stuff. But on this one, you got a low coming off the coast. You got that onshore breeze. You got these bands, the heavier bands too. And I mean, we're having a coastal low right here. A lot of wind, a lot of rain. You don't see that snow yet. That's the 540 line, right? So let's take it into the next stream. Now we starting to get into it. Coastal low, yeah, it's right there. It's right off the east coast. Definitely bringing some gusty winds along the shore, some showers. And now you're starting to see some of the blue elevation snows around there. And yeah, this is a lot different than every run on the NAM has been different. So it's very hard to go tell. But, you really go into here and next, moment, you see temperatures drop even more. And now you got a burst of snow. Okay? With this low. You got some gusty winds. You got some blowing snow. Probably very wet. Rain bands. Definitely some heavier rain bands. And this is that 540 line. And I think this is possible. And it's been kind of really showing this case scenario that, it's hard to believe. But you can tell this continues to actually be probably a bit, of a problematic storm. I mean, long lasting. I mean, you could definitely get some snow out of it. And the total snow on Creech, yeah, it's nothing too much. But I mean, I would probably say this is a little bit overdone. But 1 to 3 inches is definitely possible. Okay? I think it's possible. Freezing rain, there's none. Okay? Total accumulations, I think a solid. And the heavier rain bands, I think a solid inch to 2 inches. Spots, 3 inches. Okay? This is that NAM model. And I mean, let me tell you. Let's go look at 18Z. And yep, there it is. All of a sudden, a massive change. Okay? We go into the previous NAM. Yeah. Bit of a nor'easter there too. So this run a little bit more different, but it actually shaped up being a bit, on the interesting side. This is the NAM 3KM, and yeah, you got that low developing, and boom, you really start getting that moisture going. Pretty impressive. You got these rain bands, you got that wind. We'll be looking at the wind too. And you got our low developing right here. Not too deep. But it could be enough to definitely get some snow going in the higher elevations and a very unsettled pattern. Okay, look at that. Very impressive. Okay. Total snow accumulations, very mountain-like areas. Okay. We take a look at the wind gusts. And I mean, the wind gusts is going to be, right there. Okay. We're going to have some wind gusts up to 30 knots. That's up to even up to 40 miles an hour. Even, up in the 30s and 40 mile an hour range. You're going to have that northeast flow towards the end, in the middle. But you're going to have that onshore breeze tomorrow and tonight. So, very cold temperatures. Okay? So, very interesting. Very interesting on the temps too, because this is the temps. We continue to drop throughout tonight. Then the temperatures kind of rebound. But it's definitely a chance that this thing had a little bit more power. There was that chance where temperatures could be a little bit lower than previous thought. Alright, we're definitely talking about in the 30s, the mid 30s. So that's just to show you. Okay? We take a look at the HER model. Alright? Pretty good model. Nothing too much to complain about. Yeah, there's some changes in every run, but nothing too bad so far. I think the HER definitely has a good eye on it too. Gets that thing to develop. Boom. You get, that rain bands. You get the snow bands. And this is a bit different. Okay. Total snow accumulations on the Courage. Yeah, this is definitely possible. Something like this. Coating to an inch or two. Nothing too much. Okay.